Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their teams to victory. It's the Raiders going up against the Chiefs. Now we'll take you out to O.co Coliseum, where Jim Nantz and Phil Simms have the call.
Chiefs, Raiders. The rain is coming down and should continue to do so as we head towards kickoff. Down on the sidelines in his second season with the Kansas City Chiefs head coach Andy Reid. And on the other sideline, the youngest head coach in the NFL, Dennis Allen. The Raiders are ready to run back this kick. Ryan Suckup now ready to get this game started with the opening kickoff. And he's taken down right at about the 29, not quite to the 30. There's been all kinds of build-up and anticipation, and now the rookie quarterback heads onto the field for his first series.
Yeah, I think things have changed so much over the years. These quarterbacks, especially these rookies, they're so much more ready to play than previous years. They get to throw the football a lot in college, a lot in high school, so they come in the NFL prepared and ready to go.
And the offense here in this one will be looking to put points on the board in bunches.
2nd and 8. They'll run it here. Now cutting to the right side, looking for some open space. Derek Johnson is a man who makes so many tackles for this Chiefs defense.
I watched Derek Johnson in college for the University of Texas. He was making tackles all the time down there, and he has continued that process even in the NFL.
Brings it in. Johnson's there to make the tackle.
The defense thinks they have the guys to play man-to-man coverage down the field. Well, they didn't that time. The receiver made a nice little move, gets open, and a good throw by the quarterback.
Two tight ends on the field here. Staying with the passing game on first down. Almost intercepted.
Every quarterback in the NFL is going to have one or two passes a game that can be picked off. Most of the time they're dropped, and this time that was a bad drop by the defense.
Offense lines up here. The Raiders will take the snap from the 40. Can't find space, and this will be a loss of 1 on the play.
When it's 3rd and long on the offensive side, you have very few choices on how to pick up a first down. Call one of them and see if you get lucky and see if it works.
The Raiders break huddle and show a jumbo look. The Raiders have it at the 39. Brings it into his body, and he's taken down, but not until he picks up the first.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Boy, his head got yanked back the other way. An obvious face mask penalty, and that's a big one.
It's about safety of the players, too. That's why when you grab, hit the helmet in certain situations, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Don't grab the face mask. Well, the defense has to be depressed after that play, because when you get a chance to get off the field, get a turnover, and get the offense off the field, man, you got to take advantage of situations like that.
Get ready. 38.
2nd down and 10. Looking to the right side and throwing. And he's tackled, but not until he picked up the first down.
That's a nice job by the offense there. Get the first down, keep those chains moving, give yourself 3 more opportunities.
They bring in the extra tight end. Looking to go up top again on first down. Still powering ahead. Bailey's there to take him down. How you perform inside the red zone is often the difference in a game, and we'll get an early taste of that.
No doubt about it, Jim. You got to be creative when you get in the red zone. We'll see what the offense calls.
They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. The Chiefs will come out in the dime. They're going back up top. He'll throw it over the middle and off the mark on that short throw. Quarterback was under a lot of duress on that pass, and alas, it's incomplete.
All right, listen, I know he was under duress, but you got to hit these type of throws in the NFL. You're not always going to get perfect protection. That's not a good job by the quarterback.
2nd and 10. Good coverage that time as this goes incomplete.
He's such a smart linebacker. That's one of the reasons why he was able to knock that pass down that time. He diagnosed the play. He saw what it was going to be, got himself in position, and he made it happen.
3rd and 10. Eyeing that left side. Makes the grab. Touchdown.
Well, when your offense goes out there and scores a touchdown to put you ahead, it's got to give a big lift to the defense. They got to get excited and go out there and hold that lead.
Everyone's lined up for this kickoff. Davis going to start his return. He had nowhere to go, and they deck him at the 16-yard line. He came into the league with the 49ers as the first pick in the draft in 05 and is bound to home now in Kansas City. Quarterback Alex Smith. They come to the line, and it's first down. Charles is lined up behind his quarterback as the single back. Finds his mark.
Good job that time by the quarterback. Looks down the field, nobody open, so he throws the drag route coming across the field, and it's a nice catch, just short of the first down.
Jamal Charles is in the backfield. The Chiefs will take the snap from the 25. He's brought down at the 25-yard line.
Here's a look at the offensive unit that needs to get off to a strong start today.
Smith will have it in the pistol.
3rd down and 1.
And they'll give it to Jamal Charles. Has the first down. Now looking for more.
3rd and short. I don't know what you do anymore. I've given up. Do you throw it? Do you run it? Do you have that kind of faith in your offensive line? Well, the offense does. They run the football. Great job by the offensive lineman, giving that running back a chance to get that first down.
What a hit, and the ball falls incomplete. 2nd down after the incompletion. Offense lines up here. And they'll run the football with Charles. Nowhere to go as this will be a loss of 3.
Well, it doesn't get much worse than this, does it? You're losing the football game. Now you're looking at 3rd and long. And, look, there are no miracles in the NFL. I'll tell you that. So be smart. If the play is not there, don't force it. Dump it off and wait for the next time you get it.
They're going to get him here for a sack.
Well, the defense has got to be excited. Anytime on 3rd down they make the play, they get pretty fired up. But when you sack a quarterback on 3rd down, that is one happy and emotional defense right now.
He's got a chance to return this one, and that's a gain of maybe 5. They face first down. Wide receivers are bunched up. They'll run it. Here's the handoff. Taylor's in on the tackle.
That was a power running play that time by the offense. It picked up some good yards. Nothing like it. Show the defense you're willing to get in there and slug it out and get some tough running yards.
2nd and 4. Gets the handle here. That picks up about 3. As we see the rushing numbers, obviously this team isn't going to complain about leading, but I think that you look at the numbers a little deeper and you have to say, wait a minute, we need to control the tempo of this game more. We've got to get our running back going.
I think that's the #1 thing when you look at this offense, Jim. don't abandon the running game. I think you got to keep trying. You got to keep the defense honest. And if you do that, it gives just a better chance to win the game, of course.
First down here after the run.
Get ready.
Quick drop back. Throws to the right. Has his target. And that's Johnson in on the stop.
Well, they complete the pass, Kim, but doesn't get the first down. Sooner or later, you got to throw one down the field.
Let's go.
Second down and 5. He's looking to the right here on this throw. Tackle's made, and the first down is picked up.
Well, when you keep chipping away with these short throws, sooner or later, that defense is going to come up. And when they come up, that's when you throw it over the top.
There's a lot of extra weight out there for this jumbo set. The ball is jarred loose. Houston's there to make the tackle. What a lucky break this time. They fumble, but they recover it and maintain possession.
NFL teams, the offense, every single day they work with anybody that's going to handle the football. How to hold it. He didn't do a good job that time. That's why he fumbled. Well, it was man-to-man coverage. Bad job by the defense. The defensive back so slow. No chance of keeping up with the wide receiver.
They load it up now. Bring out the jumbo formation. 3rd and 6. Has the reception all alone. That brings the play to an end.
What a nice corner route run by the wide receiver. He fakes the defensive back out. And look at the quarterback. He knows that little move. When he stuck it, he let him out to the corner. Nice throw, nice catch.
Makes the reception. Dan picks up about 3.
You got to be able to adjust when you run these drag routes across the field. The throw cannot always be right on target. Can you reach behind, make the catch, and keep going full speed? That's the sign of a good receiver.
He's in the end zone. Touchdown.
Well, when the offense goes in there and scores again to increase their lead, it's got to give a lot of confidence to the defense. Now can they go out there and do their job?
The Raiders will take their spot on the bench after contributing to the cause, especially via the passing game, over 60 yards by the air. Williams got a chance to return this one, and he's met head on right there at the 20. First down here. The Chiefs are at the line of scrimmage and loading up that line with an extra tight end. Jamal Charles carries the football, and he's tackled some 3 yards away from a first down.
Good job that time by the offense. Power run gets him a few yards.
This will be second down. Smith's got 2 tight ends on the field for this snap. The give. He's tackled beyond the markers. It's a first down.
Charles is a great running back to have on your football team, isn't he? He goes up in there and gets the first down. Now your offense has 3 more chances.
Charles is lined up as the single back. The Chiefs from the 32. Got the completion. Picks up about 2.
Well, the way the rules are in the NFL now, you can't hit the receivers, you can't hit the quarterback. And if you give the quarterback this kind of time, he is always going to find an open receiver.
Second down and 7. They're setting up screen, and they were trying to go with the screen there, but nothing was available.
There are a lot of ways to attack cover, too. You can go deep down the middle where neither the safeties are, or if a linebacker covers somebody deep down the middle, then throw it short underneath the defense.
Third down and 7. Throws the pass. He's tackled right at the 43.
There's no doubt time of possession can be an overrated stat in games many times, but one thing you want to do, throw and catch it just like this to pick up those first downs and keep it going.
Charles lined up in the backfield. First down at the 43. On the money. Jenkins is tackled down at the 50.
Well, the drag route that time picked up solid yards. These receivers, sometimes they get a little nervous running these drag routes or these short crossers because they are afraid a defender's going to come out of nowhere and hit them. That's the quarterback's job. See in front of the receiver, lead the guy to the open space.
First down, offense readying for the snap. Jenkins, a receiver in the slot. Jamal Charles, tackled down at the 46-yard line.
Nice job that time by the defensive end. He's not fooled by the run play. He holds his position and makes the tackle.
Charles is lined up now as the running back behind the quarterback. Second down and 10. But the hit knocks the ball out.
Well, they always say if you get your hands on the football, you got to make the catch. Yeah, right. The guy that made that rule up wasn't getting hit as he was trying to catch the football. Nice hit that time by the defender.
Let's go.
Third down and 10. The defense gets the sack.
Well, that time the quarterback is sacked on the third down, and that's, of course, that's bad. But the good thing is he did not try to force the football down the field and get the turnover.
The Chiefs will punt the football away. Coverage team won't get a chance this time as it bounces into the end zone. The Raiders offense now marches onto the field. The jumbo set on the field. Handoff made. Outside to the right. Gains 11.
Raiders offensive line will be whooping it up tomorrow when they watch this play in the film room. What a good job by them. Excellent planning and awesome execution.
He'll try it left. And that's Ali in on the stop.
Ali's just not an outside rusher. We see it right here. What a job showing that strength. Stays in position, and the run's coming outside, and he stops it for no gain.
It's a two tight end formation. Three-step drop. Should have had it, but the hit knocked it out.
Good timing by the defensive player that time. He gets to the receiver just as the football is getting there and makes the hit, knocks that football loose.
An extra tight end on the field for this one. Dropping back three. He makes the catch. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to fourth down. Right now, this offense doesn't have much to complain about. Holding on to the lead here in the first half. And the passing game partner has been very sharp.
Well, they're probably going to complain that they could have more points because you can never have enough points, Jim. We all know that. But the offensive line, wide receivers, quarterback, and even the coach on the sideline all having a very good first half.
The Chiefs come out for the next possession. Charles is in the backfield. Single back set. The Chiefs snap it up at the 26. And they'll give it to Jamal Charles. And he's tackled at the 32-yard line.
What that run does, it just puts the offense in a good situation. So a good, positive run.
Let's go. 38.
The Chiefs from the 32. Makes the reception. Able to make the tackle about 2 yards shy of the first.
There wasn't much there that time, so good job by the quarterback just throwing the ball and getting the catch and just getting a couple yards.
Jenkins is lined up in the slot. The Chiefs have it at the 34. Ball is out, and the recovery is made by the defense. Into the open. No one's going to get him now. Going to take it home for the touchdown.
What a deflating play for the offense. The defense picks up the fumble, takes it not only for a touchdown, but how long. Look at the blocks. That makes the offense lose its confidence. They're going to have a hard time coming back out on the field and making it happen.
And Davis has got it on the return. And Tyvon Branch has the tackle. The Chiefs now will start this drive at the 27. First down at the 27. Jamal Charles carries the football. Brought down at the 32.
When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
Jenkins is going to get set in the slot for this snap. The Chiefs from the 32. Throw to the left. Finds his mark. Nice tackle.
The Chiefs do a really good job this time on offense. The quarterback throws the ball short. They pick up a few yards, and now it makes third down much easier.
The Chiefs from the 37. Takes it from the strong eye. Brought down at the 38.
Charles is a very smart runner. He knows situations in the game. He saw the first down yard markers, and what does he do? He gets past them and picks up the first down.
The Chiefs take it from the 38. Keeps it here. Down the field. Very nearly intercepted.
I know we've all heard this phrase before. That's why they're playing defense, because they can't catch. Hey, the coaches don't care about that. When you get an opportunity, they want you to make the catch.
Second and 10. Here's the handoff. And he is tackled at the 44.
Always good to have these types of runs. Yeah, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your offense.
They send the tight end in motion. Third and 4. Out to the left. He has the grab, and they advance the ball onto the other side of the field.
The quarterbacks and receivers in this NFL now are so good. It's so easy for them to throw and catch and just keep picking up those first downs.
Coming up in 2 minutes, it's the EA Sports Halftime Show, sponsored by Verizon.
First down here. Jamal Charles is in the backfield.
Get ready.
Out of the gun. And he's taken down. The offense heads to the line for the 7th play of the drive. They'll go no huddle.
Let's go.
Second and long. Has his man. Taken down a yard short of the first.
Well, I guess the best thing to say there, Jim, is they completed a pass, but it still did not get a first down.
Let's see what they do on this third down situation. Jenkins in the slot.
Let's go.
Tight end in motion. They'll hike it to him out of the shotgun. Fasano's got it, and a first.
Jim, they got momentum on their side right now. They are making everything work. That was a nice play. They pick up another first down, and they got a good drive going here.
Now first and 10. Running room. Ball is out. Recovery by the offense. The Chiefs are going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here. This drive now about to reach the 10th play of the series. The long drive continues. First down and 10. He'll fire it out to the left. Chiefs are in for the score.
When you're behind in the football game, drive down and score. They did that. Now the next time when they get back out there, they got to do it again. Show some patience and drive it down the field.
The Raiders are back for the return, still holding a lead as we move towards halftime. Scores 21-7. And he's going to give his team great starting field position on that return.
There is nothing like a good return when you talk about special teams. Good blocking, the speed of the returner gets down the field, and after that tackle, now they have good starting field position.
Get ready.
The Raiders take it from the 43. Heaving it down the field, and they can't connect.
I'm not going to say that was a good decision by the quarterback, but it will get the defense and wake them up and keep them alert to the fact that he is willing to throw the football down the field into some very risky coverage.
Let's go. Grab 38.
The Raiders take it from the 43. Makes the reception, and they tackle him there at the 34. The Raiders signal for the timeout, and that's the first one they've used. Offense getting set now following the timeout. First down here after the completion. Let's see how they back up the big play here. And now on first down, they'll go back to the air. Incomplete, almost going in the other direction.
The defense did everything right in that situation. They were in the right spot. They were smart. They read the quarterback's eyes, but they dropped the pass.
Offense lines up here. The Raiders have it at the 34. Got the completion, and it's Eric Berry who brings him down. It's obvious that the game plan coming in was let's get the football in the hands of our wide receiver early and often.
Shoot, if it was me, I'd say get that football to him every game. That would be my priority because he's one of the best ones in the NFL, and once he catches the football, look out.
Looking to the right side and throwing. Smith nearly comes away with the pick on that pass.
Well, Jim, I threw a lot of passes like that in my career where it should have been intercepted and the guy dropped it. You just go, yes, I got a break. Now can you capitalize on that break?
Double tight end formation. Second down and 10. And looking underneath, this will go incomplete. So that's going to do it for the first half. Raiders are up in this one. The Chiefs are anxious to return the kickoff. Davis got a chance for a return. Just across the 20 and tackled at the 21. The Chiefs are set now for their next possession. Quarters formation here for the defense. The third quarter begins with this play. With two hands, he has it. The Raiders have been busting through that offensive line and putting pressure on the quarterback from the start.
Jim, I would say that you are right. They're busting through, they're running over, whatever you want, they are getting it done.
Wide receivers stacked up on this play. Out of the shotgun. Throws to the right. Pass hits the ground and goes incomplete on the short throw.
That is so tough to do when you think about it. We got world-class sprinters running down the field, and you're able to stay close to them and reach out with one hand and knock it down. Great play.
3rd and 3. Catch made.
That was just a dumb call. When you throw it behind the line of scrimmage like that, you deserve to lose some yards. That's what happened on that play.
Going to try his luck here. He's brought to a halt. The Raiders come onto the field for their next series. For this play, they'll go with 2 tight ends. Shakes off the tackle. He's going to be tackled right around the 42-yard line. They have the lead, but they have no running game to speak of to this point. That may change here down the stretch, trying to take the air out of the football.
Yeah, you're going to have to run it some just to work the clock and try to get the situations in your favor, but maybe every once in a while, fake that run and get an easy pass to keep that clock moving. Look up at that scoreboard. You're leading the football game, so we have a 3rd and long situation. So you've got to know that. Manage the game. Don't take a chance.
The defense looking for one more stop here on 3rd down after that run. Wants to go deep. The pass is picked off by Barry. Good piece of tackling.
That was an awesome job by the defense. They just read the quarterback's eyes. They got in position, and they made the interception.
1st down on the way. Charles lined up in the backfield. Snap it out of the gun. And he's thrown to the ground.
It is without a doubt the worst place to get pressure up the middle on the quarterback. It happened that time, and he did the right thing. Just take the sack.
Offense lines up here. The Chiefs will take the snap from the 35. The hit knocks the ball out incomplete.
Well, the defense has got to love that. They love it when a quarterback is uneasy for whatever reason or just not in rhythm. That time they see him throw off the back foot, and the throw goes incomplete.
The Chiefs will take the snap from the 35. The defense gets a sack.
You got to give that defensive front a lot of credit, man. They are pushing. They're getting after it. They know it's probably going to be a pass on 3rd down, and they get back to the quarterback and take him down.
This punt will be returned. They bring him to the turf. The Raiders now will start their drive at the 32. Offense lines up here. 1st down at the 32. He's looking to the right here on this throw. That's a gain of 8. The catches have come in bunches for this wide receiver, Phil.
Good job by this wideout today. He is finding a way to catch the football, but let's also give credit to the offensive line for pass protection and the coaching staff. They have done a tremendous job of coming up with different plays to find different ways for him to catch the football.
Gains 16.
What a nice catch by the receiver. Getting past the yard markers, makes the catch, and gets a 1st down.
Wide receivers are bunched up. Back to the air here on first down. Reaches out and grabs it. And that's Barry in on the stop.
The Raiders did a good job that time throwing a pass on first down and picked up some nice yards. Now, second and short really puts the defense in a tough position.
Two tight ends on the field here. The Raiders have it at the 34. That catch gives them a first down.
What's the old expression? Just move the chains. That's what they did with that throw and catch that time, Jim. It also gives them a chance for 3 more downs.
Halfway through the third quarter. Looking across the middle. Brought down after a gain of 6.
Good job by the quarterback that time. He doesn't panic. He reads that it's a zone, and you have to wait for the receivers to get in between the defenders. Nice throw and catch.
They bring in the extra tight end. Second down, 4 to go. To the ground. They get to him just in time. 1 yard shy of the first down.
Got to stay patient with the run game. That's what the offense is doing here. Even though they haven't had any big gains yet, there's a little short gain that time, but you're hoping to break one sooner or later.
It's a 2 tight end formation. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. And he's tackled down after picking up the first.
The defense has got to be a little aggressive here. Your team is down. You've got to attack this offense. You don't want them to get in there and get another score.
An extra tight end on the field for this one. Again, they'll lean on him. And that's Johnson in on the stop.
Sometimes you're going to play that the defense is ready for it, and that's the situation right here. In the red zone, the offense decides to run it. The defense is ready for it, and they stop it for a short gain.
And he's tackled just 2 yards short of a first down.
Jim, the offensive coordinator's done a terrific job so far here today. He's got his team winning. They're in the red zone. Let's see how clever he's going to be on this call.
Double tight end formation. Third down and 3. No one was open.
Usually in a situation like this, third and short, the advantage goes to the offense because they can run or throw it. Well, they throw it. It doesn't work. Give a lot of credit to the defense.
They'll go with the extra tonnage here with the jumbo set. Failed to pick up the first down, and they'll give the ball back to the other side.
Good job by the linebacker that time. Saw the receiver coming in his area, read the quarterback, and in wonderful position to knock the pass down.
Let's go.
Takes it from the gun. And he's forced to the ground.
A lot of big hits by this quarterback today. He's going to have to start getting rid of the football a little bit quicker. It's important he stays in the game for his football team.
Tight ends in motion here. And a flag comes out.
False start, offense.
Following that penalty, it sets the offense back, and now they face second down and 18. Quarterback coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 6th time in this game. Handing the ball off hasn't been something that's worked for either one of these teams today, Phil.
Well, what you have to show on the offensive side when you want to run the football, you got to show some determination. And the guys on the offensive side just get tougher and make it work.
Jamal Charles is in the backfield. Will go ground. That's a good tackle, and that's a quick 3 and out. The Chiefs are down on the scoreboard, and this running game is a big reason why. Charles has been shut down from his very first carry on.
No balance by this offense, like you said today. They can't run the football, but I've said this all the time. It's not always about just dominating physically and blocking up front. Running backs have to do their part. They have to make good decisions, and they got to break some tackles. Well, only a couple yards that time by the punt returner. Good defense by the punt coverage team. They get down their speed. They hustle. They're all around him. They only give up a couple yards.
The Raiders come out in the pistol. First down at the 43. That picks up 11.
Well, I think we've heard this expression about 7,000 times. It's a passing league. So we all know that. So you got to be able to throw the football and pick up some first downs.
First down at the 32. Sticks to his hands. Eric Berry comes up to make the play. If you look at these passing totals, it's easy to get a sense why they're leading right now.
Those numbers are absolutely outstanding. When you see these kind of numbers, that means the play calls were good, the offensive line had an outstanding day, and also the wide receivers, they found ways to get open.
First and 10. Could have been intercepted.
Nice situation here for the offense. They're winning the football game. Now they're in the red zone. Let's see if they can come up with a play that fools the defense.
The Raiders lined up in the pistol. Second and 10. They're going to get him here for a sack.
Well, that time the quarterback didn't hold the football. The left side of the line they just collapse. He doesn't even feel it or see it, and he goes down for the sack.
Third down now. For this play, they'll go with 2 tight ends. Can they overcome the sack? Third down on the way. The Raiders come out in a 2 tight end set. Here is the first snap of the final quarter. Catch made. So they failed to convert on third down, but that's been one of the lone failures on third today.
Jim, when you get in these situations, there's not much you can do. Third and long, not easy to pick up first downs in these type of situations.
Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. Just a quick drop back. Ooh, they failed to pick up the first, and the ball will go back to the other side.
Well, your team's trailing in the second half, and it's fourth down situation. The defense has got to rise up, and they did it that time. They get the play, stop the offense, and they get off the field.
Jenkins is lined up now as a slot receiver. First and 10. No one in sight. Has the grab.
When you pick up first downs against the defense, they will get tired. That time, nice job by the offense getting the first down, even though they're losing here in the game.
He'll stand back beyond the center in the gun. Makes the catch in open space.
Good route that time by the wide receiver on the out route. Nice throw by the quarterback. This is what they call a timing route. Well, they were right on time.
Now first and 10. To Avery. And they bring him down at the 33-yard line.
Well, when you play in this cover 3 defense where 3 defenders are playing deep, that's great. You stop the deep passes, but who's going to stop the quick ones? Well, nobody. That's why the quarterback and the receivers are having really good success throwing these slant patterns. Oh, we got us a nice drive going here, Jim. Another first down. They are just making one solid play after another and just marching down the field.
From the shotgun. He's got the catch.
That out route that time was run to perfection by the receiver. He made such a sharp cut. He gives himself some space from the defender, and the quarterback puts the football right on target, just short of that first down mark.
The Chiefs snap it at the 41. Nice catch, and they are in on Bo. Looking at the stats now, you see 2 wide receivers who had filled the role of being a #1 option today.
Yeah, you always want one wide receiver to step up for your football team and focus on him and see if he can get it done. But I'll tell you this, in the NFL now, you need 3 good wide receivers on every single team.
Catch made. He stacked up at that point.
You must be very creative in the red zone when it comes to the passing game. Formations, movement, do whatever it takes to give your players an advantage. That time they get a nice play call, they throw the pass and complete it for a good solid pickup.
Davis is brought down after picking up only a yard.
Jim, when you get inside the other team's red zone, inside the 20-yard line, and you're down some points, you're thinking touchdown in these situations.
They send the tight end in motion. From the gun. The defense gets the sack.
That's a bad job by the offense that time. There's no doubt about it. The blitz by the defense, they do not do a good job of finding out where everybody's blitzing from. They let a guy come free, and that free blitzer, or as we call them, free runners, he gets the hit on the QB and takes him down.
False start. Offense.
36-yard field goal attempt coming up. And he converts here on the field goal try.
That was a nice long drive by the offense that time, and it stalls out, but good job by the kicker coming in and putting 3 points on the board.
Stop him from running it out to the 20. Mark him down at the 19. It's first down as they head to the line. There's a lot of extra weight out there for this jumbo set. Underneath and incomplete that time.
You got to try to avoid this as a quarterback. Don't throw off that back foot unless you have to. When you do, there's just no way you're going to be as good if you had good balance. That time the throw's off the mark.
He'll throw it over the middle. They'll mark him at the 29.
When you can't hit the quarterback or put pressure on him, there's not much you're going to get done then. That time, quarterback had time and throws it down the field for another completion.
The Raiders have it at the 29. Looking to the right side and throwing. The tackle is made at the 40-yard line.
Good job by the receiver that time. Getting that extra couple yards, gets a first down. They are marching. Let's see how the defense reacts.
Two tight ends on the field here. Staying with the passing game on first down. Had it, but dropped it.
Look the football in. With the gloves these receivers wear, the rules that you can't touch them, there's no excuse for dropping the football.
Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. Gets it out for the completion.
You know, when you throw the football like that down the field, you pick up a first down. Now you can do anything you want on the offensive side, and you got that defense guessing.
Looking to go up top again on first down. And he's going to be tackled right around the 31-yard line.
Well, that basic slant route, Jim, it is thrown and caught. It doesn't get a first down, but it was really well executed. The offensive line gave the quarterback time and sight lines so he could put the football on target.
The Raiders snap it at the 31. And he hauls it in. DeVito's there to take it down.
That's a nice route on the outside. Nice throw by the quarterback. Puts him in good position to keep moving and get a first down.
The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion. Jones is a receiver in the slot. Has his target for a gain of about 5.
The defense has got to be a little aggressive here. Your team is down. You've got to attack this offense. You don't want them to get in there and get another score.
Coming up, second down. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. Throws the pass. Jones got the first as he's brought down.
When you get down to the red zone, you have to be very careful as a quarterback not to turn the football over. Good decision that time by the quarterback. Gets the completion, and they get a nice solid pickup that time.
So first and goal to go. Throws to the right. Has it. Touchdown.
If you go to an NFL practice, they spend about 40% of their time practicing plays going in to score. And that's why they made it look so easy here. Nice throw by the quarterback on first and goal.
The Chiefs are anxious to return the kickoff. Williams has got it. And the tackle's made right around the 25-yard line. The Chiefs break huddle and start their drive, this time from the 25. Offense lines up here. First down and 10. Throwing out to his left. Reaches out and snatches it.
That's a really good throw and catch, and they get the first down, Jim. That's what you want to do. Pick up that first down. Now you give your offense 3 more opportunities.
Just 2 minutes left in this one now. Back in a moment. Charles lined up in the backfield. First down at the 39. Set up screen. They deck him in the backfield. Second down now. Holding on to the timeout. They'll rush back to the line. Pulls it in. Brought down at the 41-yard line. The completion sets them up now for 3rd and 7. Hurry up. 2-minute offense. Looking across the middle. And he's going to be tackled. And that's going to bring us to 4th down. The Chiefs face 4th down, but want to take a timeout before they snap the football. Jenkins is lined up in the slot. The Chiefs will take the snap from the 45. Dwayne Bowe with a nice catch there. That ball had a lot on it. They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. Timeout won't be used here. They'll go to the hurry. To Avery. Avery takes the hit and is brought down. Play number 6 coming up on this drive. They get set quickly, ready for another snap. He's taken down. So they get to the quarterback on that last play. 3rd down coming up. Out of the shotgun formation. To Avery. Tackle's made, and that'll move the chains. First down here after the completion. Won't huddle now. Going to conserve the timeout and rush back to the line. Catch is made by Dwayne Bowe. He's going to be tackled right around the 21-yard line. About to snap it for the 9th play of the drive. Time continues to tick away as they'll rush back to the line. Ball's picked off. Away from the snap. And he's on the sidelines out of bounds.
Nice job of the defense that time. In position, they read the quarterback's eyes, and it led to an interception.
First down coming up. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time. Play action fake, looking to throw, and he's thrown to the ground.
My gosh, you're talking about getting overpowered. I guess they were expecting a speed move. The right guard and right tackle are both fooled. They get run over and they give up a sack.
All that animosity, all that hatred, all the buildup, and in the end, it was a win that was a one-sided affair.
Yeah, it was, in all sides. Everything you looked at, they got out hit today. They weren't as physical. They were not smart on the field. Even the design of what they were trying to do, the managing the game, that was wrong on the coaching side. Just one awful effort.
What a memorable game this truly was. For Phil Simms, Danielle Bellini, and Larry Ridley, Jim Nance saying so long for now, and we leave you with the GMC Never Say Never moment of the game.